Rebecca is the brand new Netflix film that has been now remade from the 1940 edition that was directed by Alfred Hitchcock. This version of Rebecca stars Lily James and Dad, Christian Scott Thomas, Armie Hammer, and a lot more. And it's about a young newlywed who is played by Lily James, arrives at her husband's house, played by Armie Hammer, imposing family estate on a windswept English coast, and finds herself battling the shadow of his first wife, Rebecca, whose legacy lives on in the house long after his death. This movie is PG-13 and is 2 hours and a minute long. Welcome back to a new Netflix review here on Max Talks Movies. My name is Max Zindenberg. And before we get into my non-spoiler review of Rebecca, please hit that like button. It's one of the best ways to support this channel. I really, really appreciate, guys, when you hit that like button. Also, please comment, let me know, have you seen the 1940 original film? If you have, let me know. If you've already seen this film, is it better than this one? Do you like this film more? Tell me your comparison down below. Also, if you haven't seen the film, tell me you're excited for this film. Did the cast interest you? Did the fact that you love the original interest you in this movie? Let me know in the comment section down below. Also, share this video for people who are interested in more Netflix movie reviews. Subscribe and ring that bell tape for some more movie reviews later in the video. So I was really excited for this movie. Now, here's the one thing about me here, guys. I have not seen the 1940 Hitchcock original film, which won Best Picture. I know I've seen a lot of people review this movie who obviously say it's a classic, but I think what's cool about my review here is that I'm going to give you a complete different perspective from most critics in the fact that I have not seen the original film, so I'm not judging it. I'm not just comparing this film to the other. I'm just judging this film as its own thing. So if you were expecting a comparison, this is not the video for you. This video is just merely this film. And as I said, I was really interested in this movie. I love these two leads. Lily James, I've seen pop up, Baby Driver, Cinderella, Mamma Mia 2, those type of movies. And then I've seen Armie Hammer, obviously, who I'm in my opinion, the most underrated actor in Hollywood right now. Loved him in, The Social Network, Man from U.N.C.L.E., Sorry to Bother You, Call Me by Your Name. Just great, great performances from him. And I was really excited because it feels like a love story. It feels like a mystery as well in this movie. And I was really excited to see how it was done. So easily the strongest part of the movie is our two leads. They're really good actors who deliver really good performances, who have really, really great chemistry with each other. Now, I was expecting actually Hammer to be the lead because I didn't know anything about the story. But Lily James is the lead of this movie. For a lot of the movie where there's actually mystery, especially towards the third act, Armie Hammer's character is kind of towards the sidelines, and you're really following Lily James's character. So if you're expecting a lot of Armie Hammer, yes, he's in there a lot, but not as much as I actually thought he would be. This is really Lily James's movie. And I've seen her have movies, but not this degree. Obviously, she led in Cinderella, but there was a big supporting cast there. And as well as Mamma Mia, especially Mamma Mia 2, where she was the lead, but there's a much bigger cast in that film. So, and again, she really wasn't the main lead in Baby Driver. So I really did enjoy the two of them. I'd say the first 20 minutes is actually really great, establishing how these two meet, why they would fall in love. That type of stuff I think is absolutely nailed in the first 20 to 25 minutes of the movie. They're on location too, filming this movie in France, and it looks beautiful. The one thing about this movie is that it looks great. It's very well directed, and in the fact that the cinematography is very beautiful. Now, obviously, they're on locations, just like Call Me by Your Name, in the fact that they're on those real locations where the movie is taking place. So it feels very beautiful, very real. So, and don't get me wrong, this is not even in the ballpark of Call Me by Your Name. I'm explaining the fact that both movies were on location. You can feel that it was on location. You feel the surrounding areas of these characters, and that really, really helps the movie. But, and again, the cast, as I said, is really, really good. Armie Hammer, I am a big Armie Hammer fan, and I think he's really, really good in the movie. He has a very good temper as well. The whole thing about him is that for some reason he has this temper. He's really, really good in this movie, and I really just want to keep seeing him in more movies because he's such a terrific actor. I do think Christian Scott Thomas was easily the strongest performance. She plays a person named Miss Danvers, who's one of the heads of the estate, and she does a really, really good job in the movie. Once they get there, she does a really, really good job. Her chemistry with James is also really, really well done in the movie. And again, the actors are doing a good job. It's shot very, very well. And it looks beautiful to watch. Like, you're never really bored at the locations. Everything feels fresh and nice, especially because of the time period was back in the day. But this film has a lot of issues, and really the main issue with the movie is the script. The story is not as interesting as it wants it to be, I would say. As you know, if you've seen the original film, there's a huge mystery about really who the true Rebecca is. Was she murdered by Armie Hammer? Was she drowned? We don't know. And this movie really takes a long time to establish the actual plot of the movie. As I said, I actually did enjoy the first 20 minutes of the movie where we're establishing this romance between Hammer and James. I thought that was done very well. But literally, once we get to the estate, the movie really halts, and the romance is lost for the most of the movie between the two of them. Because the whole movie we're being told that there's this Rebecca, who Armie Hammer's wife, who died, and he really loved her, and everyone loved her, and they continuously beat you over the head the fact that Rebecca was the best person, whatever. They're telling Lily James that, and it's messing her up too. But the movie just takes a long time to actually have a plot moving forward. And again, the movie is 2 hours long. So for a movie to take that long to get you into a plot is a big negative for me. And as I said, the script isn't interesting. We continue to progress through the second and third act, and you're expecting this big reveal, big mystery stuff in that genre to happen, and it doesn't really happen. Like, they bring up some subplots, the fact that Armie Hammer sleepwalks during the movie. That's never brought up again. There's also just mini subplots with other characters, with Lily James's maid. That's never brought up again. And Lily James's character has a big character decision in the middle of the movie, and it's a completely total 360 from what her character was in the first act. Now, I think that's what the movie is trying to point out, but it makes absolutely no sense why she would make this big of a decision in the movie. And again, this movie at times doesn't really make any sense. It's also tough to follow at times because you have no idea who's connected to who, what is going on, why this person's in prison. Like, sometimes the movie doesn't make any sense. There's another subplot with Rebecca's cousin. He kind of gets involved. And again, stuff with him also doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. So I was really expecting a very simple mystery. Again, the actors are doing a good job with the material that they were given. The on-shot locations, the movie is shot beautifully. It's actually pretty well directed, but the script gets in its way. And I just didn't care at all with the story. It feels like the actual script wanted the story to be so huge. There's so much press around the story, but when you're watching it, it doesn't feel big. It feels like they want the score also isn't as good as I thought it would be. The score is trying to make it seem like it's very epic, but this is not an epic story. And that's where the movie misses. The movie believes that it is this epic story that has amazing twists and turns, has amazing character development, and it just doesn't overall, guys. I really did not want to be this negative with my review. As I said, this is not one of the worst movies of the year by far. The film is so well acted, so well shot, very well directed, but again, the script is pretty bad for what this movie should be. As I said earlier, I have not seen the 1940 original. Everybody I've heard said it's a masterpiece, a classic. So I might check out the original soon just to see how much better it is than this, because this for me was a complete miss for Netflix. With great actors, a solid director, and a solid writer, this movie should have been a lot better. So I'm going to give Rebecca, the Netflix film 2020, a 2.5 out of 5 of 50%. It's right on that average, a very average movie. Very disappointed with this movie. Before we go, guys, I'll tell you some videos upcoming on my YouTube channel. Tomorrow, I'll be watching and reviewing Witches, the brand new HBO Max film, which is another remake with Anne Hathaway. I'll be watching that and reviewing that for you guys tomorrow. And then on Friday, 3 more movies come out. The Bill Murray, Rashida Jones Apple TV Plus movie comes out. There's a Netflix animated movie that's coming out, and Borat 2 is coming out. So 4 reviews, guys, in the next 2 to 3 days. Not sure if I can do all 3 of those reviews on Friday, but I'll do at least 2 on Friday. So busy week upcoming here on Max Talk Movies. So the best way to support the channel, once again, is to like, share, subscribe, comment. Subscribe and ring that bell to be notified when those reviews for those films drop on my YouTube channel. Once again, also, if you're new to the channel and you like Netflix movie reviews just like me, I have a whole playlist of all the Netflix movie reviews right next to my head. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you guys in the next one.